What's up, America? We got the list. What list is that, you may ask? Why, that's the Diddy party list. Yeah, we got that. That was dropped by prosecutors. You guys want to see what celebrities and politicians and royal members went to the Diddy parties? Well, we're going to show them right here. Come with me and let's check this out as a family. Now remember, these are just the names that were dropped by the prosecution. We're not saying anything about them. So here.
I'm not a lawyer, but I have the jury questionnaire for Diddy's federal trial.
Yes, we are entering into a different chapter. I'll be reporting, following up what is going on. The Diddy case, there is a list that has been released with some names that you won't even believe, though it's not a surprise to some people. When I saw this, I have a couple of videos. I'm going to show you what exactly is going on. At a certain point, when I look at the whole situation, the whole industry will go down. Yes, based on that list, I saw the trial started the other day, pre-selections, and we are here to get the full details of what is going on. If you like what I'm doing here, please subscribe, share the video. If possible, check if your notification is on. A lot of people complain like they don't see my notification when I drop a video.
I'm not a lawyer, but I have the jury questionnaire for Diddy's federal trial. So let's get into what potential jurors are being asked. I've seen your comments asking me to cover this, so we will see how this goes. So the questionnaire starts off giving a summary of the case for the jurors and then some scheduling information. It says that Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, aka P. Diddy, aka Diddy, aka PD, aka Love, has been charged with RICO, trafficking and transportation to engage in prostitution, kidnapping, arson, obstruction of justice, bribery, paraphernalia, and forced labor. But of course, an indictment is not evidence of anything. Can you imagine not knowing anything about this case and that's the summary they give you for you to be a juror? The trial is expected to last 8 weeks, Monday through Friday, starting at 9:30 a.m. EST every day, but taking off the Friday before Memorial Day, actual Memorial Day, Juneteenth, and 4th of July. Oh, and the jury is not sequestered, which means they get to go home every day. Now let's get into the questions. Early on, they do ask if there are any prepaid or non-refundable travel plans between May 12th and July 18th. So that seems to be a valid reason for somebody to be excused. And then question number 8 says, the charges in this case involve allegations of kidnapping, arson, bribery of a witness, obstruction of justice, blah, blah, blah. So they ask, is there anything about the nature of these allegations that would make it difficult for you to be fair and impartial? Question number 9 says, there may be evidence of graphic videos and photographs, including videos of physical evidence in connection with this case. Is there anything about the nature of this evidence that would make it difficult for you to be fair and impartial? Later on, there's a disclaimer that says that this case and other matters involving Mr. Combs have been widely reported in the national and local media. There is nothing wrong with having seen or heard something about this case or Mr. Combs. And then question number 6 asks very directly, before today, have you read, seen, or heard anything about Diddy or any of his names or the criminal charges brought against Mr. Combs? There's a checkbox for yes or no, and then it says, if yes, please summarize what you have learned and from where. So they have to cite the news report, social media, television conversations, etc. And then question number 27 says, have you personally formed any opinion about Mr. Combs' guilt or innocence of the crimes charged as a result of anything you have heard, read, or seen? And question number 29 says, have you communicated to others, posted your opinion on social media or online, or liked any social media posts about Mr. Combs? So if any of y'all liked my videos and are now a juror, your answer to this would be yes. Okay, so that's just a summary of the questions that the jurors have to answer. Of course, once they're called up, the attorneys get to ask more questions and really figure out if they want to keep them or excuse them. But to get those questions, we have to rely on the reporters who are in the actual courtroom.
During day one of Sean Combs' criminal trial, we heard some celebrity names come up. They were listed on a people and places list that was given to prospective jurors as names that might come up during the trial when it kicks off next week. And among those names are actors Michael B. Jordan, Mike Myers, 2 members of the girl group Danity Kane, that's Aubrey O'Day and Dawn Richard. You also heard the name of musician Kanye West and one of Combs' sons, Christian Combs, as well as his former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, who filed that explosive civil suit against him in 2023, which really set off this entire chain of events in the federal investigation. Now, we don't know why these names have been mentioned. They haven't been accused of any wrongdoing. And I guess we're just going to have to see how it all plays out during the trial.
Yes, this is the first part. Now we are going to go into the names. What I realize with people, they are more concerned with politicians that are in there because as of celebrities, we know exactly that we don't even care. If not of the names I saw on that list, I'll tell you the truth, I will not do this video. There is one particular name that triggered my attention. I said it is important you see it. This trial is something that we already know the outcome.
The official P. Diddy party list has just been released, and here is the list of all the names that they mentioned. The first one that was mentioned was Jay-Z, Beyonce, Jennifer Lopez, Usher, Mary J. Blige, Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ashton Kutcher, Paris Hilton, Howard Stern, Russell Brand, Mariah Carey, Megan Fox, Pink, Justin Bieber, 50 Cent, Kendall Jenner, Kylie Jenner, Lil' Kim, Drake, Snoop Dogg, Alicia Keys, Serena Williams, David Beckham, Victoria Beckham, Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, Chris Brown, Rick Ross, Nicki Minaj, Tyler the Creator, Megan Thee Stallion, Post Malone, Travis Scott, Ellen DeGeneres, Kevin Hart, Jamie Foxx, Oprah Winfrey, Quincy Jones, DJ Khaled, Madonna, Lenny Kravitz, ASAP Rocky, Cardi B, Kris Jenner, Lupita Nyong'o, Sean Penn, Tyrese Gibson, Zendaya, Big Sean.
They've got again, just least attractive leftists you can find. And on that front, forgive me, but I'm just going to tell the truth. I'm going to start with Ella Emhoff.
Now remember, these are just the names that were dropped by the prosecution. We're not saying anything about them. So here's the first little section right there. I'll just let you pause and read. There's the second section right there. Just let you pause and read. Of course, there's the third section of that page. You should pause and read that, of course. And, of course, all the usual suspects on there. Basically everybody you know and love, if you want to call it that. Here's page 2. There we go. Chris Rock all the way down to Chrissy Teigen and the usual suspects in the middle there. Oh, there's another group. Look right there. There's another group of them. Hey, couple surprises. Not a lot, though. And we got another section over there. Take a look at that. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Of course, here we start the royal members. Here's the royal members down there. Might want to take a pause and look at that. Uh-oh, slip on a banana peel, looks like. Of course, you might want to pause that right there. Might want to take a look at some of those. That looks pretty important. I don't know. Take a look at those names. Whoopsie doodle. Here we go. Like I said, take a minute to share this all over the world if possible.
Yes, I went through the comment section of this video to see how people are reacting. Some says all these people will go free. Nothing will happen to them because they are that powerful. I thought this is the time some of these people go down and pay for their actions. When I look at that list, I realize Oprah is number 16 on the list. I think the second page, I was not sure. Yeah, because I know I've seen a lot of videos on social media about these people. So seeing them on this list is not strange to me. Some say Kamala is on the list. I don't know. We will find out the end result of this. Yesterday, I saw the Met Gala videos circulating and Megyn Kelly did not blink.
Done. Once the apex of high fashion culture and A-list celebrity, the gala now looks more like a sad sack D-list, past its prime wannabe version of its old self. It's closer to today's nerd prom White House Correspondents' Dinner than the center of the celeb and beauty universe as it used to be. This year's theme was Superfine, tailoring black style, an homage to black dandyism. What's that, you ask? No one has any idea. Prepare yourself, however, for a deep dive into leftist, academic, gobbledygook, nonsensical talk, which is probably how it got chosen as the Met Gala theme. That and their desire to pander to black people. The Met says black dandyism came from the intersection of African and European style traditions, of course. What does that mean? I have no idea. But it seems to be based on a 2009 book written by a woman named Monica Miller called Slaves to Fashion, Black Dandyism and the Styling of Black Diasporic Identity. Okay, so far we have dandyism, intersection, and diasporic identity. So we're batting 1,000 on the scale of leftist code language that will make liberals sound smarter and feel superior. Speaking of totally out of touch leftists posing awkwardly for the camera, did you see the spread? Oh my God, it's unbelievable.
Designer Tom Brown, he tailored for me last night, and it was amazing.
Yes, this is what Megyn Kelly had to pass to these crazy Hollywood celebrities. Thank you guys for always been there sharing out my videos. I decided to bring this so you can see what happened a few hours ago. If you see any video after this, that is just for the YT algorithm.
Over the past week has been overwhelming.
To end. Right is right and wrong is wrong.
These kids in here and resolve this issue is called conflict resolution.
Again, the evidence is still coming in.
This is definitely a self-defense case because it always is one until you look at the facts of the case and compare the two. You have to compare who was the initial aggressor.
Bedroom, because she's fearful of what might happen to her.
Followers for anything, and then the
Registration Act is
talking about this man, Kilmer.
My summary of the first 100 days is that
if film and TV productions continue to
first term, and you will be very.
Somebody has to say it, so let me be crystal clear.